Hello and welcome to another English transformation video with me, Paul, and this amazing English speaker, Gabriel. How are you, Gabriel?
Really good, thank you.
That's good, of course. In today's video, I'm going to be testing Gabriel's pronunciation of 8 English words. Some that apparently Brazilians or Portuguese speakers make mistakes with, and just some that I threw in there to see if I can make you make a mistake, because your English is fantastic. So I thought I'd try and bring you down.
We'll find out, huh?
Yes, we will find out. All right, so let's have a look. I'm going to show Gabriel on the computer. It will be on the screen, don't worry. It's there now. You can test yourselves. All right, so there is a...
First word?
Yeah.
This.
Sorry?
This.
This. Yeah, this.
This. This.
Because you say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very, very subtle difference. And of course, you're not going to lose points in any test, and people won't be confused. But it's a very common thing for Brazilian guys to say this instead of this.
This. It's just a subtle...
tongue out a little bit.
This.
Apparently, Brazilians told me...
Can you notice though?
Yeah, I can tell the subtle
this.
sounding difference. So this, it sounds like a D, but when you put your tongue out just a little bit, this, it sounds different to us. Apparently Brazilian guys don't like to do that because it sounds effeminate. So I'm told.
No, I think that's an excuse.
Is that right?
Yeah, for sure.
It was a good excuse.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit awkward to train your tongue to actually...
There's another word.
Yeah, it's a
Like
very hard one for us to put like your tongue on top of your mouth, on your teeth and stuff like that. So.
Cool. All right. So it sounded a little bit I'm going to give you half a point for that because I'm kind.
Oh, but that's good. Now I'll definitely remember and train myself to have, to do this.
We can revisit this. All right, here's another one.
This. This. These.
These. All right, so now your brain's sort of confusing between
trying to
this
overcompensate.
and now the TH sound, right? These.
This.
These.
This.
Yeah,
That's a very hard
it's a tough one, isn't it?
This.
Again, the same TH for this.
This.
These. Ease.
These.
That's it. Not
these.
the R's, not the E's. Like if somebody watched this without knowing you, then they might question how good you are. Obviously fantastic. And this doesn't really matter to you. But it's interesting to see the difference, right?
Of course.
So this, these.
These.
Perfect.
These.
Perfect.
That's good. That's a
This,
good one.
these. This, these. And when, because I do a lot of, as you know, I help a lot of Brazilians do IELTS and things like this. When they're writing, they often make mistakes with this and these.
Yeah, I think on the writing, it's pretty good, but the pronunciation of this,
Pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. How about this one?
Truth.
Ah. Easy. Truth. Number 3. Quick one, we'll skip over that. So you've got 2 points so far.
I think like this really gets probably 99% of the Brazilians, I would say.
How do you think a Brazilian would probably pronounce that word then, who is not as good as you? Because you said it gets them.
Truth.
Oh, with an F. Truth. Yeah, but some English people would probably say truth from like a very, very London person. It's terrible English, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A proper Londoner would probably say truth.
But I think like the TH sound, I think it's one of the hardest one for us, Latin background sort of, language. The TH it's I know about like teeth and thieves You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
the V.
It's
V and the
it's
TH.
so hard. It's definitely you know the ones that the struggle street for most of us.
So next week I'll bring lots of TH and V
That's
words.
good. Then I won't make these mistakes again.
That's very, very true. All right. So you've got what have you got now? 2 points, let's say?
Yeah.
Half and half and one. How about this one? Bit longer.
This one I think it's easier.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
Hindsight. There you go. The big words. You're good at the big words.
Yeah.
And what does it mean?
Hindsight, I think it's being on your how can I say that? Like on your vision field of vision, some sort of thing. Like it's still my hindsight, like in my peripheral vision, sort of things like that.
I'm going to edit that.
Yeah.
It means looking in the past.
Ah.
So with the benefit of hindsight, because hind means back, right? Like a dog's back legs and sight. So
hindsight means looking back and
we usually say with the benefit of hindsight, I wouldn't have invested in Bitcoin, or I would have invested in Bitcoin. Looking at the past, I would have made a different
So
decision.
peripheral vision, that wouldn't be.
That's not hindsight, no.
Oh, that's perfect.
There you go. You're learning something new every day.
Oh, that's it.
1 million points for you.
Yeah.
How about this one?
Third.
Ah,
That's easy.
it is. Lots of people say turd though, right?
Oh, that's it. Like we program to spell exactly how we read. So that's why it's complicated.
Yeah,
You
okay.
know, retraining your brain to,
And
you know,
we
especially
love.
with the pronunciation. I think that's the, like, because to me it's easy to speak and to communicate, but to have the proper pronunciation, that's the hardest, and that's really where you get that fluent level where you lose a lot of your how can I say, of your accent. That's the pronunciation. When
Do
you
you want to
when you
lose your
nail-
accent?
I think I try to speak clearly, and I think sometimes if you have a very strong accent, that can, you know, distort the communication quite intensively. So I try to minimize the accent. I think it will be very hard to completely lose my accent, especially, you know, it's not that I've been living here when I was like 5-10 years old. You know, when you're young, it's easy to lose your accent, but I think after you already have that deep wire in your neural pathways, I think it's a bit more complex. You can, but I would have to be very mindful every single time of pronunciating, you know, different words and things like that. Like the TH, it's the one that I've always struggled, like even with my wife, like teeth and thieves, and, you know, like this is very, that's
And it can make people laugh at you. Like
if
you
yeah.
say turd or thieves instead of teeth, or people laugh.
There's one that I hear all the time. Laundry, right?
Laundry, yeah.
Most Brazilians would say laundry.
Yeah.
Laundry.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear it all the time.
Yeah, and yeah, like, and I was one of them, but I've been corrected, and then I've, you know, made a
It's important, right?
conscious effort to, okay, make this right. But
So that was too easy.
Yeah.
This, these, truth, hindsight. Next one, third.
Eighth.
I'm gonna say no, just because you're so good. Not eighth. Eighth.
Well, that's
Eighth.
eighth. So you have a pause, and then you
Well, I'm
No?
pausing
Eighth.
for effect, but eighth.
eighth.
Glottal T, maybe? It's
Oh,
not really.
it's that's
The T is there.
that's-
It's not
that's-
silent. We
yeah.
don't say eighth.
eighth.
Eighth. How do you say the without the H?
Eight.
Eight.
Yeah.
Eighth.
Eighth.
There you go. Bingo. It's like eight and
Eighth.
even though the th is not there.
Eighth. That's still a struggle straight. Like the TH, you did that on purpose.
I did, because
but
those
it's
are the
perfect.
problems, right?
It's perfect. Like I love being corrected and make sure,
Yeah.
I know the subtle differences.
Like all these guys out here, they would make similar mistakes.
Yeah.
More than you, obviously.
Yeah.
Cool. How many more have we got? This one. I hear this a lot. People use it grammatically incorrectly.
Yeah.
We'll say Brazilians, South Americans, wherever you might be from. But how about the pronunciation of this word?
Once. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Totally. A lot
that
of
one
people
was
say.
like, if I was wrong on this one, I would like be mad at myself because I use this all the time.
Yeah, true. Lots of people say once.
Once. No.
Because of the on, right?
Well, again, we speak exactly how we read.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
but this is like, like we listen so much, and you can definitely tell the difference. Like the TH is a very subtle difference. Like, and even if we're listening, we cannot really tell the difference from the listening from me speaking.
Yeah.
I cannot tell really what's
true.
the difference, the eighth and eighth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's in my ears. It definitely sounds exactly the same.
And does it matter?
Well,
If the communication is the same, if the outcome is correct.
yeah, I think most of the
Not
time
really.
you can really get according to the sentence, the whole sentence, and then people will get it, even though the pronunciation is not 100% correct. People will understand according to the sentence that you're speaking to them. So that's why I think I get by a lot of the time, but
And everything is so good.
so you're here, but that's what you do. You train people to do the correct and the exact way of.
Well, because if it
speaking.
was, a common mistake is when people use the teen numbers, right? 13, 14, 15, 16, and the tens of that number. So 15 and 50.
Yeah.
If I'm selling my car for $15,000 and you think I said $50,000, 50, I'm going to accept your higher price.
Yeah.
Because you made the mistake.
Exactly.
Or you might pay less or whatever. So that's where it might be wrong. But little bits like the TH, it's not a big deal, is it?
Yeah.
Where are we next? How about this one?
With. Yeah. Like, you see, like the...
With, right?
With.
Easy.
Yeah, but if you say with...
With?
No? You gotta sound like a V. With.
With. And it's
With.
not with. Like W-I-V.
Yeah, look, we say with all the time. With.
And the next one I've got is...
The width of measurement.
What did I have?
You don't have what would be with. If.
Because lots of people write with instead of if. Or they write if instead of with. And it's not with, it's
with. Yeah,
with.
It's so subtle, but makes a difference because I speak and I say with all the time with.
And nobody will be confused. Again, it flows
in the sentence.
Yeah, that's right. It floats with the sentence.
Yeah, but then you have width of measurement.
No, but that is, and I'm going to get confused in this video. That's this one. That's width. Fuck. Width.
Yeah, width.
Width. With a D. Width. The width. What's the width? But there's a D-T sound in the middle.
Yeah, that's
fucking English.
That's very, very subtle and hard. Like, for us, this is like where we get slaughtered.
But I find your pronunciation is hard as well, man.
Yeah.
And I'm only on like, I have a ball. It's
yeah, it is. But like, I think the TH, it will get like, so for most of you, the Brazilians, you have to train this if you're doing any IELTS test or PT or anything like that. I'm glad I haven't had to do any of this.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Any of this. Well done. I like that. Well, on that note, how about you tell me one word? You write a word there in Portuguese, just one to finish us off, as I'm learning Portuguese and Japanese. Write one word in Portuguese and that you think would be difficult for me as a beginner, man.
Yeah, well, there you go. Like, first, if I put anything that has a
Some little
different
squiggle.
accent. Yeah, a squiggle on top. Like that's it.
Got
You're
it.
done.
Got
You know what I mean? It's like the th for us.
Yeah.
You know, I would put on the same level
Yeah.
of pronunciation. You know what I mean? I would say, this one is easy.
Amor.
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 But again, it depends where you come from. If you come from the south, it's a different one. If you come from Rio, amor, like we use more than other ones. You know what I mean? So what is right?
And if I get it slightly wrong, no one's going to be confused.
Exactly.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But that's an easy one. But again, it really depends where you come from, because there's accent differences within our country, and I would presume there's the same even here in Australia. But again, all the English variations that you get from, you know, like English from England and the English.
I think
from,
your M is difficult in words like Tim.
Tem, tame, tame, tame.
It's an M.
Yeah.
It's not an N,
Dang.
is it?
Yeah. You see?
I know. It's
I
fucking
know.
hard. All right. Anyway, we could go on for hours, but we will not. Well done. I have no idea how many points you got. It's not about scoring points, unless you are doing an IELTS test or a TOEFL test or something like that. You know, but you're not.
I got a free class. I scored a free class.
You
That's
did.
pretty
Well
good.
done. Well, let's talk about that off camera. Mostly people want to be more fluent and more confident in their English, and those little mistakes don't really matter. If most people would get hung up on the problems of not pronouncing that correctly, you don't care.
Yeah.
And your English is fantastic. So.
But also, I think it's important to know the correct way of pronouncing.
Knowing it, trying it, and not worrying too much about it. Not too much. Enough.
But I think if you're conscious, especially I think if people correct, there's a lot of people that they're super frightened about people correct them in front of other people.
That's right.
And, you know, and I think that really hinges their performance and their growth.
Hinges
Hinges
on a door, that's right.
Yeah. Well, again, you see those differences, that makes a big difference, you know. But again, to me, all these corrections makes me
just getting better, aren't you?
Yeah, get better. I know, okay, these things
So
I need
that's
to improve on and all of that.
Hinder and hinge next time.
Yeah,
It's
hindering.
in the pocket for next time.
Oh, it's hindering.
Hindering.
Yeah, so that's correct.
Yeah,
pronunciation,
that's
hindering.
right.
Hindering.
And maybe that comes a little bit from Brazilians saying like G instead of D. Hinder and hinja.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because my Portuguese is not very good.
Yeah, but again, you also would have these differences in different nationalities,
Yeah,
right?
of course, all the time.
Like Japanese, they might struggle with different, words and things like that. Like the Brazilians, I'm 100% sure that the TH, it's a slaughterhouse for us. You know what I mean? And I think like every different nationality will have those, different things that you struggle just because of your
all
nature.
of them. All of them. Anyway, in the comments below, let us know which words are hard for you to pronounce, and maybe we'll make a video with Gabriel being tested on those words. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you again. Bye bye.
Bye bye.